The Harry Potter franchise has spun out such a wide, magical web of mythology. So wide that it raises the question, why hasn't the cinematic route taken advantage of this? Well, we thought the same, and we're here to unearth some of the biggest opportunities the Wizarding World has for spin offs beyond the Fantastic Beasts film series. Stick around while we go through the top 10 spin offs that Warner Brothers need to get made in the world of Harry Potter. Number 10, The Marauders. Fans will know that the Marauders were the team of James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Peter Pettigrew from their schooling years at Hogwarts. The group had a lot going on through their lives, so wouldn't it be good to see it all build up on the big screen? There are mischievous times as students, including their creation of the Marauders map, for instance. Then there's their animosity towards Severus Snape, the love story of James and Lily, even Remus's becoming a werewolf, and the group's decision to each become an animagus in support of him. Not to mention their alignment with Dumbledore as adults and the betrayal of Peter that causes James and Lily's deaths.
Somebody did betray your parents, but it was somebody who, until quite recently, I believed to be dead. Peter Pettigrew! And he's in this room, right now!
It would also offer insight into Snape becoming a Death Eater and his crumbling friendship with James's future wife. All in all, there would be a lot of ground to cover. It could all even culminate in watching Voldemort approach and kill the Potters, with Sirius fighting off a backstabbing Wormtail before trying to rush to save his best friend, leading to his framing and being sent to Azkaban. There's a lot of history to play with that would add more weight to the love between the characters and the heartbreak that's caused later on. Number 9. Tom Riddle's origins and rise to power. Fans of the books will know that the future Voldemort went on quite a journey from the moment he was born. The Half-Blood Prince gave a lot of insight to the life of young Tom Riddle and how he grew to become the Dark Lord that the majority of the Wizarding world feared. Unfortunately, the movie version of the book didn't give us as much exposure to this as we'd hoped, which makes it perfect for the character to get his own origin story, chronicling the uncomfortable courtship of his parents to his beginnings at Hogwarts, and then learning of his heritage. The origins of Lord Voldemort would be as interesting as you could get, with a very character-driven story. Sure enough, book fans would love to see what really happened when teenage Tom went up to Manor of Little Hangleton to confront the father who abandoned him. Think Todd Phillips' Joker, with less clowns and more magic for this one. Number 8. The Cursed Child. Not so much a spin-off, but with its break from the original book series, and for argument's sake, let's just roll with it. The famed stage play that takes us beyond the final moments of the Deathly Hallows and follows Harry's son Albus on an adventure during his first year at Hogwarts. It has fans crying out for a movie adaptation with Daniel Radcliffe and other members of the original cast returning. With how fun the plot is, it's sure to happen at some point, but Warner Brothers should get a move on with developing it before Potter fans start screaming unforgivable curses. Number 7. Gilderoy Lockhart's Exploits. The famed and self-centered wizard who taught defense against the dark arts during Harry's second year at Hogwarts. It soon transpired that Lockhart was a phony and took credit for the work of other wizards, promptly wiping their memories once he'd stolen their ideas and going on to bask in fame and fortune, when really, he wasn't that great at anything. The question is, what does the journey look like for this guy? What's the story that leads him to being asked to teach at Hogwarts? It would make for a really fun TV series. Think Better Call Saul vibes in the Wizarding world. Sure enough, Kenneth Branagh is now too old to play the character at this point in his life, but the likes of Will Poulter or James Norton would be a shoo-in to portray a younger version. Warner Brothers, I hope you're listening. Number 6. Hogwarts Founders. The Chamber of Secrets gave a little insight to the history around the founding fathers of Hogwarts, albeit mainly around Salazar Slytherin. The tales of Slytherin, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, and Rowena Ravenclaw's creation of Hogwarts is an interesting one. How did they meet? How did they come to the decision of building Hogwarts? More importantly, how did their friendships look? It would also make for a good chance to see how each house got their reputation, with stereotypes such as Slytherin being known for the villains and darkness, Gryffindor being known for the heroes and bravery, Ravenclaw being known for the geniuses and intellect, and Hufflepuff being known for the outsiders and strangeness. Number 5. Dobby's Adventures. We can be very sure that once Dobby was freed by Harry from serving the Malfoy family, our favorite wide-eyed house elf will have found himself on a little adventure or two. We get some small indications to what Dobby may have been up to in the 5th Harry Potter book, but bottom line, we want to see more. Some little shorts would be great to see. Think Disney Plus's I Am Groot. Let's see how Dobby deals with the big wide world on his own, with no master to serve and lots of friends to be made. Let's just forget about how it ends for him. Sniff. Does anyone have a tissue? Let's just move on to the next one. Number 4. Dumbledore and Grindelwald's younger years. The Deathly Hallows book and the Fantastic Beasts film series offer us some indications and events around the relationship formed between Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald. What would be very groundbreaking would be for us to see how their relationship bloomed and actually see where it led for ourselves. To see a young Dumbledore swayed into seeking ultimate power would be quite a surprise, but we know that this story would lead to sending the future headmaster of Hogwarts down a much wiser path than he originally laid out. Seeing how Dumbledore and Grindelwald would turn from lovers to enemies, and how Dumbledore's family come into the mix, would be very much a fan-pleaser and add yet another layer to the Dumbledore that we know. Number 3. The Death Eaters. Lord Voldemort's faithful gang of cronies. The Death Eaters, though they're all in favor of the Dark Lord's plan for dominating the wizarding world and wiping out non-magical blood, tend to act in secret and keep their dark activities away from their normal lives. For example, Lucius Malfoy. But how did these wizards and witches cope when Voldemort vanished off the face of the earth? With their cause very weak and the Ministry of Magic sure to be seeking each loyalist out when they're most vulnerable, it would be quite a thrill to see the likes of Malfoy and Bellatrix Lestrange try to exist in a world where they can't hide behind their noseless master. We're getting real Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy vibes with this one. Killer, traitor, eater, wizard? Does that have a ring to it? No? yeah, me neither. Number 2. The world of Quidditch. The main sport of the wizarding world gets a lot of screen time in the Harry Potter movies and makes for some of the most fun sequences. It even has its own World Cup. For the sportier-minded fans of the Harry Potter franchise, a Quidditch-centric adventure would be a pretty cool spectacle, especially if we're getting more than just our usual one Quidditch sequence per movie. Do we smell a Wizarding World version of something like the Mighty Ducks or the Longest Yard? Well, maybe not the latter. Azkaban inmates forging a Quidditch team doesn't really sound like it would be greenlit. But on the whole, a Quidditch project definitely has a lot of potential. Number 1. The Tri-Wizard Tournament. We've only had one peek into the Tri-Wizard Tournament, and an unconventional one at that. So, what did the tournament look like in its previous years? An anthology series with each season showing how each tournament played out would be an opportunity for some big twists and turns. Remember, people died during this thing, and it would get pretty intense depending on who the Goblet of Fire chooses to compete. Hunger Games may have already took the glory for this idea, but to head back years and see the other types of students and challenges in the mix would be exciting, especially if we have no idea how everything plays out, unlike other aspects of Potter mythology. So, clearly the world of Harry Potter has a lot of potential to branch out with what it puts on our screens. With the Fantastic Beasts film series seemingly dead in the water after the disappointing box office performance of The Secrets of Dumbledore, it would probably be a good idea for Warner Brothers to dig their heels into new ideas set in the wizarding world. It seems to be working for Disney and Star Wars. What were your favorite spin-off ideas? Got some ideas of your own? Let us know in the comment section below.